this and this and this. I still don't really understand how Voltorb Flip Win works. I'm just kind of like winging it. But high numbers means likely points there, so here. So I'm a fucking moron, and Voltorb Flip is a shitty game that I don't understand. Is it just luck based? Like I don't get it, but whatever. I grinded out the coins. And if you're curious, hey, want to know how I grinded those coins? It's I used save states, then deliberately lost, and then just memorized where all the things were. Anyway, I'm getting my Chimchar. This is my Chimchar. Wait, hold on. You didn't let me nickname my Chimchar? That goes against Nuzlocke rules. But that's fine, because this is where we got the name namer, but why wouldn't they let me name my Chimchar? That's BS. How's it going? I'm recording on Thursdays again. Maybe this will be my Thursday thing I do instead of Saturdays, because I keep having things on Saturdays this time of year, because I'm a journalist and have to do things. And Neon Classical is a cool name to have for my Chimchar. Unfortunately, it won't fit in the character limit, but I mean, the answer, and this is talking about Jane being a fascist, I assume. I mean, the answer is she's also part of the ultimate self, right? No, she isn't. Like, I like what you're spitting, it's really interesting, but no, that's not what Jane is. Crocker Jane is a product of mind control, but it's also probably when she's most compelling to the reader. I mean, yeah. Part of Jane's broader canon is the one who turns into a villain, and the epilogue specifically say that the characters are becoming their ultimate selves. Just because she doesn't do it like Dirk or Rose doesn't mean the other Janes aren't bleeding into her personality. And that's interesting, because this is like a what is the story about, what is the meta text, versus uh, what is the explicit canon of how things work mechanically. The epilogues is about is about the characters becoming sort of sanded off, becoming their fan interpretations of them over time. And also, that isn't really happening. John's just kind of going crazy. But, like, so Jane, as part of that, Jane becoming her worst traits, that does fit in with the themes of the story, but she isn't literally like Dirk or Rose becoming this demigod. Uh, well, why do I say demigod? Because they're already gods. The super god ultimate self version. She isn't getting memories from other timelines, but the epilogues are playing around with what are these characters perceived by the audience, and Jane being the evil one is a thing that's a thing in the fandom, whether or not that's true, and that influences the decision to have the epilogues be about her being the evil one. Okay, and just let me. The paralysis is annoying. I should probably paralysis. I'm just gonna switch because you're being annoying. And I've got some decent Pokemon with bad move sets. Like, I still only have Thundershock on my starter, which is bad. Okay, Neoclassic. I believe you evolve now. Neoclassic the Monferno. Good. You'll be useful in Whitney, who I'm kind of scared of. I am kind of scared of Whitney because Whitney's ace is a Miltank, which has a 490 BST, and it's going to be swapped out for another Pokemon with that base stat total. And I don't know what Pokemon that's going to be, but like I got the list of Pokemon by base stats. What is in 490? That is tied with Alakazam, Slowbro, Weezing, Kangaskhan, Electabuzz, Tauros, Slowking, Altaria, Toxicroak. Like, plus there's like some wiggle room. It could be what could it be? It could be Spiritomb, who's 4A5, or Relicanth, who's 4A5, or actually those aren't bad, but it could be a Rhydon. Like, there's a lot of really powerful Pokemon around that stat level. It's not a super high one, but it is super high for this part of the game. And like Whitney traditionally isn't even that tough of a gym leader. I think people overrate how terrible and oppressive Whitney is. But yeah, I could lose some Pokemon here. What is the level cap? I normally don't do level cap, but she has a level 19. I think it might be good to get all of my Pokemon up to level 19, just in case. Just in case. And what TMs did they have at... Maybe I can get a good TM on my Monferno. What TMs did they have at that Voltor Flip Parlor? How have I been doing, by the way? I'm doing fine. I read through the new 52 Animal Man run because I'm a big fan of Animal Man and I like that character. And I've read all the other runs on Animal Man, and the new 52 one, I really liked it at first, and I became more and more kind of disillusioned as it goes on. It's Drain Punch and Superpower. I believe I actually did already buy those. Did I do that? Flare Bits. Do I get Flare Bits from you? No. That's, I guess, Cherish, but I will take, let me see. Can you learn both of these? I think Drain Punch is going to be the better move. I think Drain Punch, it's a weaker move, but it restores, and like lowering defense if you don't kill, that's gonna... I mean, there's the argument that not taking a hit at all is better, but yeah. And I'm going to get you, and I'm going to get these three all up to level 19. But yeah, the Lamar, or Lamar, I don't know how their name is pronounced. The Animal Man run from the new 52 is solid. It's about Animal Man and his family who he loves. And like, I'm highlighting that because in that really long Delano run that is my least favorite comic ever written, I cannot stand the Delano Animal Man run because it is very much not about Animal Man, this superhero, and his family. It's about Animal Man, the Animal Man, Animal Man, the like not human anymore cult leader who like, oh, his son gets shot, but not going to take you to the hospital because that would get bad press on our cult. Like, the Delano Animal Man run just takes away everything I like about the character. I just do not like that run. But the Lamar run is fine. It's very drawn out. Half of it is spent on setting up and then doing this Rot World crossover with Swamp Theme or Swamp Thing. And like, it's an okay crossover, but like, it's not a this needed to be 17 issues crossover, you know? And like, it's just a lot of like, oh no, they're attacking, so we gotta run. Oh no, they're attacking, so we gotta run. And like, there's a whole bunch of Animal Man in the future that goes on for too long. And like, the crossover with Swamp Thing is that he meets up with Swamp Thing and then they go their separate ways for a bunch of issues. And then he meets up with Swamp Thing again for like 5 minutes and then they go their separate way. It's a lame crossover. They have the same villain who is a Swamp Thing villain. And then there's like Buddy dealing with grief over his son's death, and he becomes an Academy Award-winning actor for for doing a movie about a guy who was a better dad than he was. And then Brother Blood tries to take over the Red and like is the final boss, and it's an okay run. I love the like brutal, disgusting horror art, like just these rotting corpses that they do for the rot creatures. That's pretty good. And like it's the nice thing about it is that it takes a thing that was present in other runs. The Maxine has the same powers as Buddy and is destined to be not just a superhero, but one who is way stronger than him. But she's just a little girl now, and she's like this creepy child who just casually does like random ass like supernatural stuff that Animal Man can't even do. Like, it's nice that, oh, she has these powers and that's terrible because she's a child and she's in danger, and Animal Man's trying to protect his daughter from her destiny. Like, that's really good. I don't know, it's just a bit too drawn out. I did enjoy it as a run. Uh, what else? Amazing Digital Circus 9 tomorrow. That is going to be big, and I'm excited for it. I've heard from people who actually saw it that it's really good, but Digital Amazing Circus fans, that's not the name, are stupid and didn't like it because they're stupid. And yeah, that's a lot of fandoms. The more and more I make videos about fandoms, the more I hate the fandoms. Speaking of which, I got my schedule up. I have finished my first of the 2 One Piece videos. I'm very busy working on videos this summer because I decided to start a Patreon, and that makes me decide I gotta make it worth it for anyone who would decide to give me money. I need to have like all these videos ready to go, and like so my first 2 Patreon things are working on multiple videos at a time to have them ready. And who do I want? Uh, I'm gonna do Reigning Move first because I think it'll be the weakest against Whitney's actual ace and can just take out the weak one up front. I'm gonna replace the Staryu with something from the box that I don't care about dying. Man, Nuzlocks are great because they make you care about your Pokemon. Yeah, what's going on? I had a busy week just covering like a town festival on top of a bunch of other busy stuff in my job last week, but I got that all done. 49 hours in total. And I'm gonna end up working like 42 this week, but next week should be less. Um, but I do have another festival this weekend. It's just for a smaller town, so there's less to cover. And tomorrow I gotta talk to Chuck Grassley. I've covered him like 4 or 5 times, something like that. My career as a journalist, I keep running into this guy, the esteemed elder Iowa senator, who I cannot stand. I just do not like that guy. Like, cause like 2 years ago, I think, in the middle of like the Israel-Gaza war, and that calling it war is a very generous term, but there'd been like 10,000 dead kids at that point, and I bring that up to him. I say, I'm concerned about it. What's his thoughts? And he's like, well, so this was 2013, by 2024, by the way, and I'm pretty sure Gaza had not had elections since 2009, I think. I'm just giving you that random stuff. But I say I'm concerned about the 10,000 dead kids killed by an American ally, and man, this was a lame thing for Whitney. I was worried for nothing. And just Chuck Grassley was like, well, if they didn't want to die, they shouldn't have voted for Hamas. Like, this is right after that horrible, horrible case of a 5-year-old him like being chased down and an ambulance shot up by the Israeli military and killing her. And like, well, if that 5-year-old didn't want to be shot to death, she should have voted in the election a decade before she was born. Swagger's actually a pretty good Whitney TM. Like, and I was just disgusted. It was a bad argument. It was disgusting, but what it really spoke to was just a complete lack of empathy for other human beings in this person. Like, he was making an argument not because he believed it, but for the sake of winning an argument against this terrible liberal reporter who was asking him to care about murdered children. And like, the most disgusting thing about that interaction is that he thought that would be a good, acceptable argument. Like, that he thought that would convince people, and there are probably people who would say, yeah, if they didn't want to be murdered, they shouldn't have voted for that government in 2009. And like, I'm not, especially, I'm in general, like, people will call me like too soft and idealistic, but I in general don't think killing civilians is really a justifiable thing, no matter who does it. I don't like the standard American belief that terrorism is awesome and should happen as much as possible. Chuck Grassley loves terrorism, but he, like a lot of Americans, believes only Americans should be allowed to do terrorism. And I don't think that. I think terrorism in general is bad. I don't think it matters on who you do it. So anyway, I think Hamas is bad, and I think the IDF is orders of magnitude more bad because they killed orders of magnitude more innocent people. Um, but you see, they aren't. Hamas isn't white, and that's like a multiplier for Grassley. God, I hate that guy. And like I've tried challenging him and asking tough questions in the past, and what's the point? It's never gonna change his mind. It's never going to keep him out of power. Like the thing that's gonna keep him out of power is him dying of a heart attack in like 2 months because he's the oldest man on the planet, but then his shithead grandson, who's even more of a jackass than him, will take over. And the people of Iowa will continue voting for them because if there is one thing that Iowans love, it is fascism. God, I hate this stupid fucking state. Ugh. Yeah, I got a bit ranty there. Whatever. And I'm doing pretty well. I got 3 badges. I got a solid team. I think I'm gonna box the Staryu until I get a Water Stone, and maybe I think I might have to box the Execute too, because it doesn't have great attacking moves. Uproar, but that's risky. I've got a good team going. Yeah. Oh right, this one has like really weak Pokemon because they're a bunch of Voltorbs, and it's like to balance out the fact that they know self-destruct. And see, that could have been bad. That could have been really bad, and I'm getting rid of Uproar specifically because of that, and I'm switching out. You're not gonna kill yourself, Jesus. Like, oh, that could have been bad. Okay. And now I'm going to box those 2 Pokemon. Oh, a Slowking! That's fun. That could have been the thing we had to fight in the gym battle, but we didn't because we got something else. And at least it's level 11. What does this replace, I wonder? A Magmar, maybe? Is there a Mag? I vaguely remember there being a Magmar. And a Survivor, this is a really strong random trainer. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to box those Pokemon, and then I'm going to catch 2 more so I can get my comments in, and then I'm going to end this one. Yes. Go in the box, Pokemon that need rocks. Debeck. Go in the box, you Loki. You Tumblr sexy man. And I think One Piece Loki is more deserving of being a Tumblr sexy man than any Marvel Loki. I've been reading a lot of One Piece to get the panels for my One Piece video. And man, Loki is just a great character. It is amazing that One Piece can be going for 30 years and still be introducing new characters that are as good as Luke. Oh, you're not gonna attack me? You're not gonna fuck you. Still introducing characters that are as good as Loki. Desk Ball because it's night, even though I don't think it really matters because I've got the modified to catching. And on my I hate to. That's one of the worst videos I've ever made. I did not make a good video. I should do something talking about my Team America, but you're saying on that total on point, this movie is totally fascist. Sure, you call it satire, and stupid people don't really know what it means, but at the end of the day, the message is utterly authoritarian. Yeah, yeah. If you haven't seen that video, don't watch it. It's not very good, but you know the movie American Sniper, this like it's good when American soldiers kill children movie, this like terrible, terrible fucking awful movie, American Sniper. That's the same movie as Team America. Like word for word, there is an identical scene where Team America World Police just quotes American Sniper, or actually, American Sniper quotes Team America World Police because that came out first. But actually, they're both quoting this like fascist ideology in the United States military that was common. Like this was it called like wolf, sheep, and sheepdog. That is like any and all murdering of civilians is good. Because it's fine if we're violent because us being violent and killing innocent people keeps us safe from the terrorists who are the real bad guys, and just like deconstructing that shitty fascist movie. God, I hate Team America World Police. It's a dog shit movie, and I'm tired of people saying it's good. Like, oh yeah, it had some funny jokes in between its scenes about why Muslims aren't human beings. Like, ugh, fuck that shitty fucking movie. Anyway, this is going good. I've got a good team going. I'm not really in the mood for a Bronzor. I'm gonna box it. It's a good Pokemon, but loses a bit without levitation now. So, can you catch any Pokemon in like the place where they make you dress in a sport outfit and do the mini games that I can't really do on a touchpad? I'm gonna check that out, and I'll do the national park encounter next time. Keeping you in suspense. Yep, that's an ugly, shitty logo. Are there any Pokemon I can catch here? Yes! Headbutt Tree. 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 I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. Can I catch any Pokemon in this area through headbutting? Like contest. Nope, no Pokemon listed on Bulbapedia. Let me actually check what your prizes are before I. Oh, wait, that's a reader thing? What are the prizes you have? Are you the prize corner or are you the records corner? Yeah, athlete shop. They did not change that. I mean, I can get my stones here, but that would mean playing those mini games. Oh, don't touch me. Let me go. Let me go. I'm sorry that I beat up your Fione. But don't forcibly change me. Oh, wait, it doesn't. There's some Pokemon game, though, where someone, like, grabs you and forcibly changes your clothes. It's this game! Silver does that to you. Silver, like, rips your clothes off in this game. He's a bad kid whose character development is kind of cut short because they made, like, the Giovanni scene, like, a mystery event exclusive for some reason. What do you have to say? Yeah, I thought you had something. This is over now.